an immense capacity to concentrate, which leads to a new way of being, but that means trusting yourself. Be wary of thinking that other people have the answer. That may take practice, but learn to trust yourself. Hello, welcome back. We are continuing our way through Libra and Aries, and today we're on Libra Aries 18. Let's jump in. Libra. Two men placed under arrest give an accounting for their acts before the tribunal of society. Waking in the night, a man feels an earthquake. Lost children are found many years later. They haven't aged. A woman carefully counting beads in a jar. In the ruins of an ancient city, an undiscovered passageway into an immense network of caves. The stone for Libra is californite or vesuvianite. It's a lovely green, like a almost olivey green, but it's very beautiful. It levels out our emotions, helps us think level-headedly by clearing repetitive or negative thoughts. It stimulates inventiveness, balances and activates digestive processes, enhances intake of nutrients in food, helps us release anger and dispel negativity, relieves us from feeling claustrophobia, especially in relationships. So an interesting stone. This degree is kind of giving a warning to me. This one feels a little bit raw, if you ask me. It's saying that if we choose not to march to the tune that everybody else is marching, and we say, I want to be me, sometimes there will be consequences to that. That's what it's saying. And that some of the consequences are somewhat avoidable in that if we set it up in our head where we're constantly fearful, oh, whenever I say what I really think, this happens, or this, that, or the other, or if you're constantly in fear of whatever it is you're afraid of, okay, or so-and-so is so mean to me. If with this degree, if it's strong in your chart, you want to do your best to avoid that kind of behavior because you're setting it up for that to constantly be coming back to you. And the other thing this is saying is to keep things in perspective. It's a process to be yourself, be in the world, and march to your own beat. But to get there, first you start in your head, and that law and order is not just in society, it's not just in families, it's not just in churches, it's not just in governments, it is also within us. So, as within, so without. And if we do our best to view negativity from a place of non-judgment as best we can, don't lash back out, rise above, try to see things from a witness perspective, like you're watching a movie, it's a little easier to take. And that when I first started trying to unpeel my onion, trying to get through the layers of what's the truth, who am I really, we run into situations that we set up, that I set it up. The more you work at it, the easier it gets. Another thing is timing, learning to trust yourself, and not trusting yourself is really going to create some lashback with this particular degree. It's trusting your own rhythms, it's trusting your own thoughts, knowing that you may not be able to explain to somebody else's satisfaction exactly what you're doing, but you must learn to trust yourself, and taking little steps to parent yourself, to say, you're doing a good job. Hey, I know today was a rough day, but what are 3 things that I am thankful for? And don't go to bed until you put those thoughts in your mind. Being kind to yourself, listening to your intuition, and using timing with the words you say, knowing when to pull back and not say it, and understanding that it is a process. Some people are not going to be okay with you being you. And that's not, it doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means that they don't get everything that's going on with you. And how could they? They're not in your skin. They just couldn't. Okay, let's go to Aries. An empty hammock hangs between 2 lovely trees. A jellyfish sitting in the lotus posture. A monk's deceased body is incorruptible. Deep in the forest, Titania's stone throne covered with moss. I don't know what that means. If you do, leave a comment. A lot of green, meditating. There's one more. Space aliens invite some humans to come see their world. Are we the alien? I think we're the alien on this degree. So I guess that's, being able to laugh at yourself. That may be a good one here. If you know that your ideas are completely alien to what other people are doing and what's in the mainstream, of course they're going to look at you funny. Of course they're going to possibly make judgments about you when your back is turned. The Aries stone is amethyst, but this is called Cape amethyst. And one of the primary things that I'm seeing that's different from the amethyst that most of us know about is there is some banding in this one. And whenever there's banding, it helps you organize your thoughts. And this one says it's very spiritual. It's one of the most spiritual stones. It promotes love of the divine, gives insights into its true nature, while encouraging selflessness with spiritual wisdom. It heals compulsive behaviors, stabilizes the endocrine system. I talked about this at length a couple days ago, so if you want to get more information, please check out Virgo 16. It helps prevent headaches. It provides stability, peace, calm, balance, courage, and inner strength. There's a lot more on this stone, so if this degree is really strong for you, you might check out Cape Amethyst. Transparency, being true, out in the open, and this one is about balance, primarily balance. The hammock is empty, meaning whoever owns it is working. They're off doing something else. Even if you're out working, you can still be in a meditative state. So this one is saying find the balance within you. So if you're working and you're doing duties, still find the calm within. Learn to trust yourself and learn to say, okay, this is what's right for me. It may not be for everybody else, but I'm not everybody else. I'm me. And even though I can't explain it, it's still right for me, and I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. I hope you still love me, but that's what I'm doing. That's what this degree says. An immense capacity to concentrate, which leads to a new way of being, but that means trusting yourself. Be wary of thinking that other people have the answer. That may take practice, but learn to trust yourself. And respecting your own rhythm. That can mean a lot of things. It can mean how you work. It can mean, if you are an artist and you go for a month and you never stop, and then all of a sudden you stop for a while. That's okay. Maybe that's what you need. It's trusting your instincts, trusting your own inner guidance. Being still even when you're busy. It could mean that. Being in a situation that might feel confining, but knowing that you have the patience to see it through and that eventually choosing your timing will pay off, and eventually you will be liberated. This is the middle ground, is learning to work in a state of mind that is meditative, possibly repetitive, possibly confining, but learning to trust yourself. Understanding that being a free thinker or a free agent where you don't quite fit in is not a bad thing, but it's not always an easy thing. That's what this is telling me. So this is possibly a little more challenging until you get through to the other side, but it's going to take perseverance. This one's telling me it's perseverance. And mainly, again, we're talking about getting rid of negative thinking, negative repetitive thinking, and thinking that you don't have the answer. Saying, I have the answer, come to me. And then trusting that it will. And when the answer comes in different ways. It may come, you may actually hear it, you may actually see it, you may see it on Facebook. I mean, consciousness gets to us in lots of ways. But trusting yourself, knowing that I'm going to know when I see it. In the meantime, I'm going to be patient with myself, and I'm not going to go searching and looking for the answer through somebody else, because I trust myself. I trust my own rhythms. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave a comment if any of this speaks to you very strongly. If these degrees are strong for you in your chart, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, take care. Bye for now.